Adolf Galland. Adolf Josef Ferdinand Galland was a German Luftwaffe general and flying ace who served throughout the Second World War in Europe. He flew 705 combat missions and fought on the Western Front and in the defense of the Reich. On 4 occasions, he survived being shot down, and he was credited with 105 aerial victories, all of them against the Western Allies. Galland was born in Westerholt on the 19th of March 1912 to a family with French Huguenot ancestry. Adolf Galland was the second of 4 sons. Galland's older brother was Fritz, and his 2 younger brothers were Wilhelm-Ferdinand and Paul. His 2 younger brothers also became fighter pilots and aces. Paul claimed 17 victories before being shot down and killed on the 31st of October 1942. Wilhelm Ferdinand credited with 55 victories. He was shot down and killed on the 17th of August 1943. Galland became an outstanding glider pilot. In February 1932, Galland graduated from Hindenburg High School and was among 20 personnel who were accepted to the aviation school of Germany's national airline, Lufthansa. He graduated as a pilot at the German Commercial Flyers School before applying to join the Reichswehr of the Weimar Republic later in the year. Galland's application was accepted, but he never took up the offer. In February 1934, he was transferred to the Luftwaffe. In 1937, during the Spanish Civil War, he volunteered for the Condor Legion and flew ground attack missions in support of the Nationalists under Francisco Franco. After finishing his tour in 1938, Galland was employed in the Air Ministry writing doctrinal and technical manuals about his experiences as a ground attack pilot. During this period, Galland served as an instructor for ground attack units. During the German invasion of Poland in September 1939, he again flew ground attack missions. In early 1940, Galland managed to persuade his superiors to allow him to become a fighter pilot. Galland flew Messerschmitt Bf-109s during the Battle of Fres and the Battle of Britain. By the end of 1940, his tally of victories has reached 57. In 1941, Galland stayed in France and fought the Royal Air Force over the English Channel and northern France. By November 1941, his tally had increased to 96, by which time he had earned the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves and swords. In November 1941, Werner Mulders, who commanded the German fighter force as the inspector of fighters, was killed while a passenger in a flying accident, and Galland succeeded him, staying in the position until January 1945. As inspector of fighters, Galland was forbidden to fly combat missions. In late January and early February 1942, Galland first planned and then commanded the Luftwaffe's air cover for the Kriegsmarine Operation Cerberus, which was a major success. It earned him the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross with oak leaves, swords and diamonds. Over the ensuing years, Galland's disagreements with Reich's Marshal Hermann Göring about how best to combat the Allied Air Force's bombing of Germany caused the relationship to deteriorate. The Luftwaffe fighter force was under severe pressure by 1944, and Galland was blamed by Göring for the failure to prevent the Allied strategic bombing of Germany in daylight. The relationship collapsed altogether in early January 1945, when Galland was relieved of his command because of his constant criticism of the Luftwaffe leadership. Galland was then put under house arrest, following the so-called fighter pilots' revolt, in which senior fighter pilots confronted Göring about the conduct of the air war. In March 1945, Galland returned to operational flying and was permitted to form a jet fighter unit. He flew missions over Germany until the end of the war in May. After the war, Galland was employed by Argentina's government and acted as a consultant to the Argentina's Air Force. Later he returned to Germany and managed his own business. Galland also became friends with many former enemies, such as Royal Air Force aces, Robert Stanford Tuck, and Douglas Bader. Adolf Galland died on the 9th of February 1996. Wilhelm-Ferdinand Galland. Wilhelm-Ferdinand Galland was a German Luftwaffe military aviator and fighter ace during World War II. He is credited with 55 aerial victories achieved in 186 combat missions. All his victories were claimed over the Western Front and in defense of the Reich. This figure included 7 4-engine bombers and 37 submarine Spitfire fighters. He was born in 1914. Galland grew up in the Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany. He joined the military service in the Wehrmacht in 1935, initially serving with the anti-aircraft artillery of the Luftwaffe. Upon his request in late 1940, he transferred to the fighter force. Following flight training, he was posted to the 26th Fighter Wing in June 1941. Flying with this wing, Galland claimed his first aerial victory on the 23rd of July 1941 on the Western Front over a Royal Air Force fighter aircraft. Following his 34th aerial victory, he was nominated and awarded the Knight's Cross of the Iron Cross on the 18th of May 1943. Galland claimed his last aerial victory on the 12th of August 1943. On the 17th of August 1943, he was killed in action following combat with Republic P-47 Thunderbolt fighters from the 56th Fighter Group. Paul Galland. Paul Galland was a German Luftwaffe ace. He was born in 1919. He was brother of Luftwaffe aces Adolf Galland and Wilhelm-Ferdinand Galland. He claimed 17 aerial victories in 107 combat missions. Galland joined the 26th Air Force Wing, commanded by his brother Adolf in February 1941. He claimed his first victory on the 6th of July. A Spitfire shot down, and by the end of the 1941, his score had reached 3. He recorded his 10th victory on the 3rd of May 1942. On the 31st of October 1942, he was killed in combat with Royal Air Force Supermarine Spitfire fighters. Many thanks for watching this video. Please comment about this video. Subscribe my channel and like and share this video.